3 came out. Damn, I think it came out last week, and I already finished it. I will say that the story slaps so hard from the opening to the end, even though I had mixed feelings about the end, but I won't go into too much of it. I don't want to spoil anything, but I'll talk about what I liked. I like that the story got me this time. Like the past two games, the story's been like ho hum, but the story really slapped hard, kept edge of your seat, and it did one of those things where you started a mission not knowing where you were or what was going on, which was really cool. And I think it might have been one of like the levels in this game, dude, are freaking huge. There's a mission set in Germany where you start on a road next to a gas station, go through the woods, you end up in a nightclub, you go into the nightclub, you can walk around like fucking 3 stories of the nightclub, rooftop, outside, surrounding area. And then there's a biker hideout in the back, bro. It's fucking ridiculous. And the missions are so like,
Sounds like a wild night.
dude, it took me 2 hours to beat that mission because I don't want to ruin it what happens, but it's really like the missions were really well designed this time around. Really more like stood out to me. I feel like Hitman 2 kind of just went through the paces. Like there wasn't like I don't think there was like one mission there other than the one that was set in the US town, like it was a neighborhood town that was kind of cool. Like they actually had a mission that was set in New York, and I was like excited. Oh yeah, they're finally doing a mission in New York because I can't remember any time they've ever done a mission in New York. And the fucking mission in New York is in a bank. You're just in a bank.
Oh,
I'm just like, all the things you could do in New York, you did a bank mission. It was really, I don't know, it was very boring. But that was a Hitman 2. Hitman 3, all the missions are fucking amazing. Maybe not the last one because it's uh, kind of a straightforward mission. I don't want to ruin it. Um, but the way the story kind of ends, it's it's like I don't know how to explain it, but it just felt a little laxer. Like it just didn't stick the landing. It ends in an open-ended way, but it also ends in a way that makes me wonder, is this the last Hitman game for a very long time? Because it kind of felt like that. So, I mean, I know they're working on a 007 game. I'm excited for the 007 game, but
oh yeah.
I definitely want Agent 47 to come back because I mean, what they've done with these games, the fact that if you've bought all these games on the same system and you load up Hitman 3, you can like reload all the levels from the past games and just have them there is insane. Like, how many games are like that right now? That it's insane that I could literally just go back. Hey, I'll just play a mission for part one or part two, and then do whatever. As far as like new features, there really wasn't new stuff that they added into this one. Like they added like a camera like you use to hack and stuff, which is it's whatever. I would have liked to see them maybe done some more stuff with combat, but Hitman's not a combat heavy game. It's a puzzle game. You walk around, you take disguises. You
Yeah, you
know,
try to figure out how to get the job done,
yeah,
quietly,
yeah.
efficiently.
There's a lot of reward for being patient in the Hitman games. You have to be very patient in these games, and I find it
You have
entertaining.
to observe.
Yeah, observe.
You have to watch, like the way
Yeah.
Tiger Woods used to be in a tuxedo and watching hookers dance around and frolic in hotel rooms.
Yeah, then 47 would be dressed as a hooker and then stab you. That's how he does it.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
I, I
There you
I will say the last mission feels like something out of a movie. Like it definitely has like this movie part where it's just like 47 doesn't really need much to do what he does. So like the steps you go through that level are pretty cool. It's like, all right, I got this, guys. I'm good. I got this. I'm good. Like I like he doesn't need much. Like, oh, I got this little thing I could do. I'll get through it. I'll be fine.
go.
So I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I really hope they do make future Hitman games. I know I'm excited to see what they do with James Bond. Um, Fudge. I was trying to look up if there's gonna be DLC for this game because they've usually added levels, but the way the story ends, I was like, I don't know. I looked it up,
There's gotta be something, right?
well, usually they release like a season pass, and this time they didn't, and they're kind of mum on if they're adding levels. And
I
what I
refuse to believe there's not gonna be anything added.
because it's only 6 levels in this one.
Oh, yeah, there's gonna be more. Oh, absolutely.
But they're pretty mum, and there's no season pass. And what's really weird is the escalation contracts that where you can do like the missions differently, or they make them hard, like they do like set little objectives, you have to like get a pass for those. You have to pay extra for those. That's kind of messed up. I'm not crazy about that. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna add more. I mean, the levels are pretty huge. There's tons of ways to do different things. I definitely itching to like go back and explore every nook and cranny. And I hope they do the elusive targets. The elusive targets were like time limited targets that would show up in certain levels, and you only had one opportunity to kill them. And you know,
Mhm.
like pretty much you would kill them, and you have to leave the level in order to be a mission complete. But if you died, then that was it. Like you only had like one life to take out the target. Those were like really fun, really stressful, really interesting.
Those
And
sound fun.
so I haven't even heard if they're bringing that back. I don't know. I kind of feel like, you know, they're like, hey, we finished the story. You know, we gave 47 a good send off here, and I think they're moving on to Agent 007. I really think I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna add more. I would love them. I know they love the Hitman franchise as their baby, and I definitely see them in maybe a few years from now bringing it back in next gen some way. I hope so because it's a great franchise. And it's one of the few stealth franchises still growing strong. You know, we don't got Splinter Cell, we don't got Metal Gear. It,
True.
really frustrating. It's really like as a stealth fan, it's like, dude, what the hell?
So 007 that could
Yeah,
offer so much more. You know, if they wanted to kind of take a break for a while on Hitman and put forward their energy and brain power on 007, boy,
I'm for it.
there's so much they can accomplish there.
This game felt like a prequel to what they're doing. Like there were moments in this game where I was like, I feel like I'm already playing the 007 game because like of just how it was opening up and it's really exciting. Like I'm like, dude, they're gonna man, it's a match made in heaven. I can't wait.
And 007 I think it lends itself also pretty cool to a action game, but also an RPG game at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Like being able to like level up like as Bond and like obviously maybe you don't start right away as 007,
Well,
but
no, that's the only thing they've said is that
right,
this the whole game is you getting your 007 status. So you're
yeah,
before that.
yeah. So I mean, like being able to rank up and level up or whatever, and like unlock moves and weapons and gadgets and different techniques and stuff that you can do. Oh, I think
Yeah,
the possibilities are endless,
yeah,
bro.
like you already do that in Hitman. Like every time you get XP in a level, you unlock new places to start it. I know gadgets, just like you said. I think the difference with double seven going forward is like maybe 007 has a hub. You know, he goes to what was the scientist guy? M? No, Q. He goes to
Phew.
Q, and you got like Q, and he'll teach you how to you know you do your test things. And even if they did the same format where you go to like a big location for your mission, and even if it's a big location, you could probably go back to that same location for multiple things. You'd be like, oh, dude, you have to follow this guy. Oh, you have to break into this lab over here and get something, you know, kind of thing. My only thing is like they have to change the combat. The combat has to be a lot more smoother, especially when it
Yeah,
comes to takedowns,
definitely.
takedowns and movement. And I think they're gonna have to add driving. Yeah, you kind of have to have.
Oh, you have to.
He has to be versatile. Like he has to be able to rappel, parachute. So I'm
Yep,
really,
all that shit.
I think,
Diving,
yeah.
parachuting, all that shit.
And I wonder if they're gonna incorporate like relationships into it too, because that's another thing with James Bond, especially
True.
the
Good point.
his Bond ladies. You know,
Yeah, the Bond chicks, bro. The Bond girls.
that's something I wanted to bring up regarding the story of Hitman 3. There was one part that kind of took me out of the game is when 47 shows any kind of emotion, especially if he's showing like pain or defeat, and it kind of I don't know what's the word. It takes me out of it because, like, to me, Agent 47 has never been like a major character that is similar to like a GTA character like Trevor, you know, where you're like, oh, this guy's a character, he has his own traits. Agent 47 is like this kind of like blank slate. He's like a tool for the players to be. He's kind of like Master Chief. Like I don't really want to know when Master Chief eats or goes to goes to bed feeling a certain way. I'm just there
Right.
to be he's there to to show my actions in the world. And I think what I kind of like the story where there's stuff going around 47. It's not much about 47, but when it does dive into some of 47 a little, and that's why I'm just like, yeah, I don't need to see 47 like have a happy ending. Like he just needs to be the hitman. He needs to live out this fantasy that I want to be. That you know.
True. I mean, that's how I always kind of, that's how I always took it, where you're just, that's his name. This is, he's just Agent 47, but it's mostly, using, this guy to just make, just carry out just in cool, hits and how you're gonna do it and whatever, whatever. And
Yeah.
there isn't a whole lot of layers to the guy. It's, he's a fucking hitman.
Yeah, it don't that really don't I really don't need layers. Like, yeah, you could show layers with his like relationships with Diana, his caller. That they kind of dive into that a little. That was cool, and they had the new character that they brought up in the series, and that was an interesting thing. But when it comes down to him, I'm just like, dude, I just want 47 to make weird little because he does like weird little puns in this one that I don't know if they did more, which is pretty funny. They're like I forgot what the line was. He's like, but 47 was like, yeah, yeah, I'm used to dressing up a lot, and I was like, yeah. But I'm excited for the 007 game. That's all I'll say.